Hey everybody, JB back with you once again, and welcome to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. I'm going to go ahead and advance this so we can hear the music. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Sniffle, sniffle. Yeah, so we just wrapped up the first day in trial for Matt on guard, and things did not end in an acquittal, but they didn't end terribly either. We kind of got the usual deal where the first day didn't end conclusively and we had a witness who kind of was a red herring. But in this case, the witness wasn't entirely without fault. Adrian Andrews, Matt on guard's manager, not only had a thing going on with Juan Clarita, the victim, but she also orchestrated a plot to help bring Matt down. And she basically colluded with, what's his name, Juan, to help him get disguised as Matt's character, the the nickel samurai, and hold a press conference to reveal something that's apparently embarrassing. So, all that to be said, she was hoping to frame Matt for the murder of Juan, and I still kind of find that strange, considering that she was saying, I know Matt killed Juan, which is weird, and then she then goes to make it look like Matt killed Juan. The other thing that was strange about that, and I didn't mention when I brought it up last time, was didn't she see Matt sleeping in his room? So, like, why would she say that? That seems rather odd. But anyway, we're done with the trial, and hopefully we'll get some news on how Maya's doing, so hopefully it ends up okay considering we didn't win. There, Pearls. I can't take it anymore. Wah! Oh, there goes my window going inactive again. Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't because Mr. On Guard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. That may be, but I feel like that's not necessarily what he wanted. He wanted a not guilty verdict specifically on the first day. Sniffle, sniffle. Cheer up. We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going. You're right. Mystic Maya is in much more pain than I am. Yes, that's right. So. Hey, you guys. Glad I caught you, pal. Oh, Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh boy, looks like Detective Gumshoe. It is Detective Gumshoe. Has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearls' book now. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. But we're kind of busy right now. Well, let's talk to Detective Gumshoe. We can talk to him about the future and Edgeworth. So, what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that's right, he was fired. I completely forgot about that in the midst of Edgeworth coming back. Oh, that. What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Actually, that may not be a bad idea. Say what? You'll be searching for things that'll prove Mr. On Guard's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I mean, we can use all the help we can get at this point. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. Ah, okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Yeah, that's not really cooking. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? Oh, whoops, I did not mean to do that. I wish there was a skip thing here. Okay, there we go. That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Yeah, that was the other thing. At the very end of the trial, we saw Adrian Andrews reveal the card that she's been carrying around. And we've seen that card, the one with the shell on it. And Edgeworth seemed to recognize it, which is rather curious. Never thought he'd say something like, he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. Oh yeah, there's also that, too. He said that? That's horrible. Well, yeah, you weren't conscious during that. You were channeling Mia. But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself, but I still think there was something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to... No, I mean almost need to frame Mr. On Guard. I'm still wondering about that. That's the strange part about this. I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie, per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. That rhymes. Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe. That's such a dirty trick! Even that woman prosecutor was better than that! At least Edgeworth doesn't have a whip. Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? We say as we hear a gunshot. Miss von Karma was shot today on the way to a trial by a pistol pal. Or the trial. But she's gonna be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? Are you going to visit her, pal? No. Well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? I'm kind of afraid that if we go there, she's going to whip us from her hospital bed. She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today. She was probably being tortured to death not being able to use her whip. So maybe it'd be good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal. No thanks. Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick! Pearl, that's not something to be excited about. Now I'm definitely not going. Let's see, the name of the hospital... Oh yeah! The Hottie Clinic. Oh no, not that place again. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. I'm afraid of someone we might run into there. We can go all sorts of places here. I wonder if we can ask about the thing here. Have you heard anything from the kidnapper? No, not yet. I'm sure once he hears what happened at the trial today, he'll call, pal. But remember, you can't provoke him when you get to talk to him. Okay. I don't know if we needed to do that or not. Okay, so nothing happened there. Let's go here. From what the guard told me, it sounds like along with Mr. On Guard, Miss Andrews is also being detained here. That was one thing I was curious about, was they said at the very end of the trial was that Adrian would be detained. So can we see both of them? Then we should talk with them since we're here. Yeah, but both of them are still in questioning. And we don't have time to waste. Yeah, visiting hours are almost over. Okay. Well, we can go to Criminal Affairs. See what's going on there. Probably nothing much. Wow, everybody looks really busy with something or another. They're probably strengthening the evidence for tomorrow's trial. Hey, hurry up with that, will ya? Pass that victim's list around. You've got to be kidding. There's only over 100 people on here. Mr. Nick, is Mr. On Guard really that big and bad of a criminal? Actually, Pearls, never mind. It sounds like they're working on a different case. Well, that's good, I guess. Let's go to... I was actually not going to go here, but I guess we'll do it. Alright now, Mr. Nick. Let's go look for clues. We have to for Mystic Maya's sake. You shall not pass! I like how she just suddenly shows up in the spacesuit. Miss Oldbag! Don't devalue my name and turn into a gasp, you spiky-headed pettifogger! Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again. Although, I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. But what I really wanted was something much more valuable. I wanted Edgy Poo's heart. It's all for me. It's all your fault. You've awakened a wild beast inside this old bag. Arrgh! Did she just faint? Ah, Miss Oldbag! Keep your hands off of me! And she's apparently back up. This helmet is airtight. No air gets in and no air gets out. So how do you breathe? Then why do you keep putting it on? Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're going to have to defeat me if you want to get by. I'm not hearing this. Okay, oh, let's just go ahead and talk to her. I was going to go see Francisca first, but since we're here, oh. Ha! You're a million light years too early to be asking me questions, whippersnapper. Arg, looks like the only way I'm going to get any investigating done is to first do something about this cookie alien. Does that mean that we can't... Yeah, okay. Can we even move? Oh, we can't even go past her. Okay. Maybe this is where we need Francisca. Because she likes authority, right? So maybe we can get a note from Francisca. Oh, I do not miss this place. This place was probably one of my least favorite locations in the game. Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. Oh no, not this creep. Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? I forgot what voice I gave this guy, so I'm gonna just go with that. Hi. Wait a second, you're... yes, I'm Director Hottie. Ho ho. Why are you still here? Yes. What is it? Oh, I think that's the voice I gave him. Can I help you? You can tell me. Yes. Director Hottie. Oh, it's Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Ho ho. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes, what is it? Director, Francisca. How is Francisca von Karma? You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. I do not want you to be referring to yourself when you say that. Because, you see, I am personally taking good care of her. Yes. Hee hee. Do not do that. Yes, and that thing, that surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. It looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes. But I understand. Yes. Her opponent was a gun, after all. And when I snuck upon her real secret-like, she would scream really loud. Yes. I see. But she's really cute, too. When I do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes. But I think I could get used to it. Please don't go on about that. Ma! Well, somebody's up. Go back to your room. You're so mean, So mean, my frisky Friska. Frisky Friska? But that's good too, Okay, yes. It's time for my IV drops. Yes. She does not look amused. And what are those tulips doing at your hands, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Ark, I knew I shouldn't have come here. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. But it's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. You get shot all the time? I even had full intentions of running the trial this morning. Well, I'm sure you did. But that would have been too much for you. There's no need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. It was the only logical course of action given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. The one with Adrian, I'm assuming? Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. On Guard, you told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof that I made such a deal? You're denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? If I had been in court today, this trial would have already been over. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem, whether she had tampered with the evidence or not. I have only one objective, to find On Guard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. The end justifies the means. Miss Von Karma. Ooh, the music stopped. Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then On Guard will be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? I mean, aside from the fact that you said it. Because of that, she is now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was... Ow! I think visiting hours here are about over. So if you'll excuse me... What's wrong? Why did she suddenly cut you off? Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Yeah, I agree. Edgeworth. Why are you glaring at us like that, Edgeworth? What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far... Ah, but she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen, Wright, the courtroom is a garden of judgment. I am putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. I don't know, we've seen him like that before. Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry! Do you have any idea what you have stupidly, inadvertently done? This. I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. That card? What in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright, this is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card, a man called Shelley DeKiller. Well, we know that that last name sounds familiar, and just as his name states, he is a killer, an assassin, the best at that. An assassin? You know, I was going to say yesterday, but I didn't really quite get to it, or bring it up that explicitly, but when it comes to who really killed Juan Corrida, isn't it kind of a little too obvious that it might be the guy who's literally named the Killer? I mean, maybe not, but it seems pretty likely, considering how on the nose some of the names are here. Picture card with plates next to the victim at the time of the murder. Miss Andrews was carrying it. Alright, well, let's talk to him about DeKiller. So who is this Shelley DeKiller? DeKiller is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Long-standing? The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelley is the professional name of the third heir to the DeKiller name. So because his professional name is Shelley, he leaves cards with a shell on them? Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. Why would he do something like that? We think it is a part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. DeKiller values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seems that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. Well, if that's the case, then I wonder who the client is. I guess that even honorable assassins can exist. I feel like that's kind of a trope in a lot of fiction. So you'd think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Well, unless it was someone trying to frame the assassin to make it look like someone else hired them, I guess, or something like that. Shelley the killer, huh? I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? Can we tell him? I guess I should just tell him. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow. Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to... Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity. Mr. Nick? There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. Well, actually, don't we have... the fact that the kidnapper was the killer? I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right. Listen, you need to know something. Juan Corrida was killed by Shelley the killer. Yeah. And the client who ordered the job is Matt on guard. Your own client. How do we know that, though? Is that true? Please stop! I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you will need this. What is it? The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only. Okay, here we go. As we are looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelley the killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they will let you enter. Letter of introduction added to the court record. Received from Edgeworth allows bearer to freely investigate the crime scene. In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again if anything should happen. Now, if you'll excuse me. Mr. Nick! Can we read the letter of introduction, or... No, okay. So, why would Edgeworth say that Matt on guard hired Shelley the killer? I mean, other than the fact that there would be a very good reason, motivation-wise, for him to do so. Do they have proof of that? Do you think Mr. On Guard hired an assassin? No way. I mean, he doesn't have a psyche lock. Yeah, I guess not. That's true. Maya, please, all I ask is you make it home, safe and sound. Ooh, we get another glimpse at Maya's situation here. I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up, like how Nick does with everything in court. I wouldn't assume that, Maya. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to take a look around. Alright, well, let's go to the 4 question mark location. Or I guess it's still 3 question marks. What is this place? What is this place? There's a bear on the couch. Didn't we hear that Juan liked bears? I've got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Yeah, you're telling me. There's also a satellite dish and a shelf full of stuff, I guess. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show them to Sis and maybe get out of here. Is that a dog door down there? Alright, well, let's take a look around. Wow, I've never seen a TV this big before. Now, where's the power button? I guess this was made back in the day when TVs weren't that huge. Phooey, it's busted. I would so die a happy samurai fan. If I ever got to see the Nickel Samurai on a TV like this. Well, maybe there will be a Nickel Samurai movie one day. Ack! I can't believe I just made a joke about dying, all things considered. What is this thing? An antenna, I guess? And this is a VCR? There sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. What is an antenna doing here? That's a good question. Looks like this is an office of some sort. Oh hey, it's a computer. I've never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. You've never used a computer before? Drat. There goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here. And I guess she grew up in a village where they wouldn't have had any. There's a framed picture sitting on this coffee table. Who's that? It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Hey, it looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, "With love, Celeste." Ooh. I bet this could be a clue. That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. Oh, how cute. But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. Was somebody trying to get inside of it? Seems a little strange. Locked, of course. Do you want to try crawling through the dog door? And it doesn't look like I can use the card to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only I was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd be able to crawl through there. Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will. Uh-oh. Yeah! It seems that your Mr. Wright is truly concerned about you. He is. For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Ways? You mean, dead men tell no tales is how the saying goes, correct? Dad? I'm almost certain I told you on our first meeting. I am an assassin. No way. You're lying. I mean, an assassin? People are not always who they appear to be. Nick! Oof, that's rough. Alright, March 22nd, 7:04 p.m. Hottie Clinic Reception. Mr. Nick. Or Mr. Nick! Oh, yes, Pearls? Got caught up in my thoughts about Maya's situation. Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know. I guess for now I have no choice but to believe in Mr. On Guard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's go get going too. Okay. Alright. We can't talk, okay, about anything new there. I'm gonna go here to see if we have anything new, and it looks like we do. I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today. Aww. Arg, I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh, yeah. There's a message here for you. A message? It's from Matt on Guard. Ah, here you are. What did he write? Is it something really important? I don't know. Well, let's see what it has to say. To Mr. Lawyer Dude, I got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? Oh, Mr. Wright. So, actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shu. I didn't put out a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably pretty hungry. You think you could drop by my house and feed Shu for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright? Okay, I mean... This is terrible! Let's hurry! We have to feed his cat! I'm sure poor Shu's stomach is growling by now. Yeah, I guess. Matt's note, please feed my cat Shu. My house is just a little ways down from the hotel. A client's request is a request. Just, I guess I should go check up on his cat. Okay, it seems a little strange. I guess we can go take a look at that. Except we can't. I guess we'll go to the hotel. Maybe we have to do that first, and then... because it's down by the hotel. Here we go, living room. March 22nd, On Guard Mansion. Living room. So he has a mansion. Wow. I mean, I guess he has a lot of money. Sure is dark. I'll go turn on a light. Hey. Wow, so this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Come on, Mr. Nick, let's find Shoo, the kitty cat. Shoo! Hey, there he is. So I guess this is Shoo. Ah, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shoo. Tee. The cat seems to like pearls. Pardon me. What are you doing here? Also, that door on the right looks awfully familiar, doesn't it? May I help you with something, Mr... Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I'm Mr. On Guard's lawyer. The Masters... Then you must be Mr. Wright. Yes. Ah, it's a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I am the family butler, John Doe. That's not a suspicious name at all. Nice to meet you. Well, let's, talk to him, I suppose. Actually, I kind of want to look around first. Oh, there's a giant cooking hearth here. That's actually a fireplace. How are they different, Mr. Nick? You know, I've never actually seen a hearth before, come to think of it. You should come and visit Fay Manor, then. I'll show you one when you do. Well, for one, you don't cook in the fireplace. A giant bicycle was flying through the air. That bicycle, Pearls, is one where you don't have to pedal, and it moves on its own. Really? Wow! But sorry to disappoint you, it can't fly. Oh, that's too bad. It's a very comfortable and spacious lounge set. I wonder if famous stars drop by and sit around and have a good time. In any case, I don't really belong here, do I? Arg, what is with me and feeling inferior today? Okay. Nothing to see there. Ah, there are masks here! Yeah, that one in the middle is the Steel Samurai. The ones next to that are the Pink Princess and the Evil Magistrate. They fought many battles against the backdrop of Neo-Old Tokyo. Wow, you really know a lot about the Steel Samurai, Mr. Nick. Well, we kind of had to for a certain case. I don't know whether to laugh or cry that I know more about that show than a kid. That's understandable. There's another door over there. You shouldn't go wandering off over there, Mr. Nick. Yes, Pearls. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her to stop playing around. Let's look at perhaps the most suspicious thing here. There's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick. I bet it's for Mr. On Guard's cat to use. Oh, you mean Shoo? The door, it's locked tight. Well, I guess that's to keep nosy people like me from entering it. Interesting. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. On Guard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master or his affairs. What's up with this guy's face? Did he get, like, sewn back together or something? How typically butler-like, as it were. Mr. Doe, how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I would have to say maybe about 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs. You know, I would have thought Mr. On Guard the kind to have a maid over a butler. Yeah, me too. That's a very cute cat you've got here. It is my duty to take care of him. The master rather fancies Shoo. So this is interesting. Why would Matt ask us to go to the house if this guy is here as a butler? Unless Matt doesn't know about this guy. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat. Well, then I guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Matt's note crumpled into a ball and thrown away. Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. But we should probably get going ourselves. Aw, so young, and yet so already accomplished. A master of law. But there's also a lot to be proud of in being a butler in charge of the house and all. Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. Now, if you'll excuse me. Well, that was certainly very interesting. Let's go back over here. I'm going to present our letter of introduction. Maybe if I showed her this letter I got from Edgeworth. Miss Oldbag, if you would look at... What? You want me to look at this worthless piece of... Edgy poo! Oh, is that her perfume pheromone d'amour I smell? Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct his investigation? Yours truly, Miles Edgeworth. Yours truly? That man's good at flattery. Fine, but only because Edgy Poo said so, you understand? Letter of introduction given to Miss Oldbag. I saw something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. You do anything bad, and I will let you off the hook. It looks like she has strong feelings for Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, she tends to latch on to the next young guy that comes around, it seems. That may be, but you know nothing's going to come of it. That's so mean, Mr. Nick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared. Ow. Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint on my face somehow. So anyway, let's continue our investigation. Okay. Okay, that's not necessary. Ack! What? What now? One little thing before I forget. You can't go into On Guard's room today. Why? The police's main investigation team is going to be in there all day, you hear? I wonder if they're the team in charge of investigating the killer. So don't go in there. Set one foot in there and you'll face the wrath of Wendy Oldbag! Alright, well, I think this is a good place to stop for now. But next time, we're going to continue investigating and hopefully we'll figure out what exactly is happening and who we can believe. Because things seem to be turning on their head a bit here. And Matt is looking a little more suspicious. Or at the very least, someone is trying to make him look suspicious. But we'll see what happens next time. So until then, thanks, and I will catch you in the next video.